Hello everyone, I'm Shantanu Sharma, co-founder of Woodbox. We help organizations of all sizes reduce their Scope 3 emissions through green and sustainable procurement. On this channel, we talk about everything related to climate change, climate action, how companies are reducing their emissions and what steps different organizations and institutions are taking. Also, we want to help all companies, brands to adopt green procurement, and we try to help them do that through this content. If you think this is meaningful to you or to somebody you know, do follow the channel and subscribe to it. Let's dive right into the video now. Today we're going to study about an important case that we saw in which green procurement was adopted not just across the city but across an entire country. In the previous case study, if you missed that, you can always check that out. We spoke about the city of Helsinki in Finland, how they adopted green procurement for their construction sector. Today, in the second video of the series on case studies, we are talking about the country of Malta. Malta wanted to adopt green procurement for their entire country basically, and wanted to reduce emissions, and they wanted to modify their procurement to achieve this, because that is something which is actually very difficult even for organizations, and we're talking about countries here. What they decided to do, and they have an Environment and Resources Authority in Malta. What the ERA decided was they released a tender in which there were clear guidelines as to what a bidder or an organization or company needs to fulfill to provide cleaning supplies to the country. These had very simple points in terms of you could have an eco-label, an EU eco-label, or some other certification that said that the products you are using are good for the environment, or if they're not good for the environment, they are not going to cause excessive harm. If you don't have any of these certifications and you've not applied for them, you can also mention the products that are used and in what quantity, so that ERA could decide on its own whether this was safe for the environment or not. The guidelines also mentioned working conditions for your employees and staff, and whether they were healthy and safe working conditions or not. These simple guidelines are helping Malta in adopting green procurement and adopting a more ethical way of utilizing their procurement practices and supply chain to cause less impact on the environment. Key learnings from this, and what we got to learn a lot from it, was that if you have to put a process in place, you first have to define a document, and they did this as part of their overarching theme of trying to become carbon neutral or reduce their emissions. This has been applied from 2019 to 2025, this practice of disclosures by the bidders. From a period of 2023 to 2027, they will also have audits on what you've filled or the form that you've submitted. And they're not just going on just ticking a box. They want document support in terms of the label I mentioned and the quantities of substance used. This has helped a lot, and they have been able to at least gauge their impact on the environment. Another major thing that Malta has done is that they have started training their own procurement officials on what needs to be done. So not just the companies who are bidding, even the procurement officials are now being educated on what is green procurement, what to look for, and they are having experts explain to them what can help the environment and what is damaging. These are very powerful steps that have been taken, and if a country can take it, I'm sure an organization can too. It's not complex if you really start with the next step. And for that, you can always reach out to us and get in touch with us if you want to understand how your organization can adopt green procurement. We have also made videos on the same. You can refer to them as well. And if you have any questions, do feel free to reach out to us. We'll be able to help you as best as we can. I hope this video was meaningful to you, and if it was, do like it and share it ahead. We'll come back with more of such case studies and interesting content on what green procurement is and how you can adopt it. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you soon.